Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a show that is going to be absolutely historic in the world of JWF wrestling, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cross the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is a 3-on-3 elimination match. Introducing first, representing Team JXT, they are Falcor, the Stoppable, Blake, Tanner, and the Jeb-A-Dook.
The crowd is on their feet tonight for this matchup, because this is not a wrestling show. This is a war between JWF and the team these men are representing, our developmental system known as JXT. I will be your host tonight, Silver Spoon, joined as always by the captain himself of Team JWF. It's Captain Tibbs.
You're damn right, I'm the captain. I'm the captain now, and I'll always be the captain, Sills. Nobody's taking this away from me. Nobody's taking away everything I've built. Not these three scrawny fuckers. Not anybody.
Well, Tibbs, let me tell you something. If you wanted to build a team to put a stop to Team JXT, I think you may have done that in spades, and you did it by outsourcing to the Whitney family and to apparently the devil himself in the form of Randall Crowley.
He's beautiful, isn't it? I called in every favor I had just to get this boy back up, and he's gonna win it all.
And their opponents, representing Team JWF from the deepest, darkest pits of hell itself, they are Big Cyrus Krane, the Nightmare Gozzie, and Randall Crowley. They are the Whitney family.
And Tibbs, let me tell you something. Like I was saying, if you want a team to go against Team JXT, these are your guys. I mean, Randall Crowley, Big Cyrus Krane, they were two of the most dominant JXT champions of all time. They know what it takes to beat and go through damn near the entire JXT roster. Gozzie, equally as talented, having tag title reigns, dominant performances. The Whitney family almost seemed like a glorified series of hitmen to go after Team JXT.
Oh, you figured it out, didn't you? I mean, these boys specifically, this team is the best one to go after anybody in JXT. This team can pick JXT apart like nothing else.
That is right, Tibbs. And also, let's not forget, every single match tonight that is co-branded will be point versus point. If Team JWF wins, they get a point. If Team JXT gets a point, and whoever wins at the end of the night, it's going to determine basically what the future of this company entails. Will we see Captain Tibbs's, well, frankly, deranged JXT 2.0, or will we see this new world where JXT becomes part of the JWF brand, where the rosters merge together? And that is what these men are all fighting for tonight.
You know what, Sills, I really have to take exception to you saying it's deranged, that I want to make a better version of JXT, that I want to do something different. Old Tibbs, everybody says he's stuck in his ways, he's just going to do the same thing over and over again. I want to try to do something different, new, and I want to steal it from my employees, and everybody's got a problem with that.
Hold on, look inside the ring. Ooh, Blake Tanner taking down Gozzie. Unfortunately, it looks like the former JWF champion himself was in quite a bit of trouble there, but the Jeb-A-Dook finally in there to even the odds. Meanwhile, on the outside of the ring, you can see Falcor and Randall Crowley going after one another. And you know, back when Randall was simply just a wrestler, a man known as Randy the Ram Robinson, he was somebody that Falcor was friends with, someone who he appreciated being in the ring with. But now you can see that there is no love lost between those competitors.
That's right, Sills, that man, Randy, he was weak. He hadn't experienced the hellfire yet. And now you come and look at him. He has no friends. He has no enemies. He's just here to kill.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like Falcor is going to try to stop him before he can do that. Meanwhile, looks like Gozzie pulling on that arm as Falcor rolls to the outside. Could we see it? He is known for doing this. The thread, the needle, DDT, just wiping him out on the outside. And of course, let's not forget, this is an elimination match, meaning if Falcor does manage to do it, if he can take out Randall, Crowley, if Blake Tanner takes out Gozzie, if any of these men get pinned, there's still 2 other men in the match to contend with.
Well, absolutely. So at that point, you never know. You could end up having a fight 3-on-1, or you can have it go down to the wire. Any combination could happen, and that's why you need to stack your team as best you can in a match like this.
That's right. Ooh, look inside the ring. Ooh, Blake Tanner was setting up for the Blake Panther submission, but Gozzie managing to avoid it at the last moment, and that's a wise move. I mean, let's not forget, Gozzie and Blake Tanner, they have quite a history with one another. Last year at Heck in a Sec, that epic triple threat match, Blake Tanner, Gozzie, and the Dylan, the world was waiting to see who could dethrone the Dylan as captain's champion, and we thought it was going to be Gozzie until at the very last minute, Blake Tanner managed to swoop in and steal that opportunity away. And you know, ever since, Gozzie has been waiting to get that revenge.
Exactly, Sills. Who better to put up against Blake Tanner, who's trying to lead his own team of failures, than Gozzie, somebody who wants to see his blood more than anybody right now.
That's right. Meanwhile, ooh, Jeb with a big powerbomb to Randall. Crowley, 2. Ooh, kicks out, but Jeb quickly reversing it. But unfortunately, Gozzie breaking it up before he could get a tap out. And this is an absolute carnage car crash of a match, Tibbs. And let me tell you something. I feel like whoever manages to get that first elimination is going to have a big advantage. This is where it all begins.
Absolutely. First elimination. That is always whoever it is. The victorious team, they have 2 free men to go after one person. The losers, they're going to be fighting up against the wall.
That is right. Meanwhile, Gozzie taking Blake Tanner to the outside before going to the top. Oh, look at that. Big Cyrus Krane with a Hurricane Rana taking down the Jeb-A-Dook. And now, he's got him up. What is he looking at here? Oh, what a slam! Sending the Jeb to the mat. Goes for the pin. 1. Ooh, Falcor breaking it up at 1.
Another thing about these huge multi-man matches, Cells, you got so much going on in the ring, but anybody could break up a pin like that.
Look at that. Blake Tanner was trying for that big elbow drop that he is known for to the outside, but Gozzie managing to evade. Wait a minute, 2. Oh, and unfortunately, Tibbs, or maybe fortunately, depending on what side you're on, the first elimination of the match going to Falcor the Stoppable, courtesy of Big Cyrus Krane. And look at that, Blake Tanner, he was busy with Gozzie on the outside, but the minute he saw that his team was down by 1, he got in the ring. He wanted to even these odds up before his team took any more damage, but unfortunately, it looks like fortunately Big Cyrus couldn't get that powerbomb off, and now Blake Tanner is here as Jeb-A-Dook just drugs Gozzie through that steel barricade.
Okay, I will have to admit that was clever.
And then a Blake out inside the ring to Big Cyrus Krane. 1, 2, 2 3/4. Look at that, Gozzie didn't break up the pin. He broke the skull of the damn referee. Shibata's down.
Oh, well, I guess he can't count a pin right now. That's horribly unfortunate. Team JXT down a man and all of our guys in the ring.
That is right. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Jeb bringing Cyrus back into the ring before it. And you know the history of the Jeb-A-Dook and Randall Crowley. In JXT, Jeb-A-Dook always wanted to be that main guy, always wanted to hold the championship, but one of the biggest brick walls that always seemed to be in his way is none other than Randall Crowley, who now hits a big spine buster on the Jeb-A-Dook as Blake Tanner gets dropped, and it looks like things may be all over but the hurting for Team JXT as Blake Tanner is being forced to roll to the outside.
And you know what, Sills? I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it. Great fight tonight, fellas.
And now Jeb-A-Dook finds himself in a 3-on-1 situation, and now Randy the Ram has him hooked up. But no, Jeb-A-Dook stops him, and sends him back overhead. Then takes Gozzie, slams him to the mat, goes for the pin. Big Cyrus right there to stop him. And now Big Cyrus taking Jeb-A-Dook into the corner. What is the big man thinking here? Tosses him across the ring, but Blake Tanner stops him before he can hit that big pounce.
Well, you know, Sills, of course things are looking like they're evened up again, right? But no. My trump card, he's just chilling.
Actually, Tibbs, I would say it actually doesn't look to even up. In fact, the only members of in the ring are 2 members of Team JXT and only 1 member of Team JWF. So the odds are, it looks like they're now stacked back evenly as Randall Crowley gets in the ring and Jeb gets taken down with a big Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, I knew Crowley wouldn't let me down. You can feel the evil coming off him.
That's right, but Blake Tanner takes that evil off of his back, sending him into the mat. And now Blake Tanner has Randall Crowley in his sights, backing up for it. Could we see it? Blake out! But look, Gozzie's right there to stop him from getting that pin, and that is a wise move on Gozzie's part. He knows Randall Crowley will not be able to kick out if he gets that Blake out in that pinfall position, but it looks like he's going for it again. And it looks like Gozzie's intervention meant nothing because your trump card has found himself as the first elimination, but it looks like, Gozzie hitting the Bloody Eagle on Blake Tanner. And that might, I was going to say that might have taken things back into your favor, Tibbs, but the Jeb-A-Dook breaking it up.
Hold on, I missed something here, Sills. Now, you're telling me that Randall Crowley was just eliminated. I don't see him in the ring. That's impossible.
Randall,
it's not possible.
He was, in fact, eliminated. Blake Tanner went for the elbow drop. Cyrus avoiding it. And now Blake Tanner, unfortunately, alone in the ring with the Whitney family. Some men who have definitely proven themselves to be hateful towards the men known as the BS. And unfortunately, that massive falling slam from Cyrus has now taken Blake Tanner out of the match. And Tibbs, unfortunately, the Jeb-A-Dook now finds himself in a 2-on-1 handicap situation.
So Sills, you're telling me that the Jeb-A-Dook is going to have to overcome some great odds. He's never going to do that.
Well, he did just pin Big Cyrus Krane with the Duke Whirl. Tibbs, I hate to tell you that, but now it is even. Like you said, it could all come down to a 1-on-1 situation, and that's exactly where we are right now with the Jeb-A-Dook and Gozzie, who brings him back into the ring. And let me tell you something. You want to talk about Gozzie having a hatred for Blake Tanner? The only person I can think of who he hates more in the world of JWF has got to be the Jeb-A-Dook. I mean, at the end of the day, Jeb was certainly one of the chosen few of JXT, a position that Gozzie never really managed to get. But wait a minute, was going for the Soul Eater, but Gozzie gets out of it at the last minute.
That's right, Gozzie, you're going to have to avoid it. Just do what we talked about.
That's right, Gozzie gonna need to utilize that chip on his shoulder, that anger, that thought that he always wanted to be in the spot that men like Jeb, Blake Tanner, that they've been in. And it leads him to do dangerous stuff like that right there, hitting a beautiful splash to the outside.
I will say, Gozzie, one of the reasons I picked him was because of his pure reckless ability and the fact that he is willing to do anything to end a match.
That is
But if there's anybody else who could do the same, it's someone like the Jeb-A-Dook.
But unfortunately, Gozzie getting the knees up. You can see Jeb-A-Dook grabbing at that midsection. And now look at the strength of the Nightmare. But no, reverse DDT. Beautiful move from the Jeb-A-Dook. And Tibbs, we have seen this before. The Jeb-A-Dook going to that dark place, crawling towards the Nightmare. And Tibbs, if you want to talk about a nightmare, it's seeing that crawl towards you in the center of the ring. He's got Gozzie locked up. Duke-A-Whirl! And he's not done! Soul Eater! And Gozzie taps out.
The winner of the match and sole survivor for Team JXT is the Jeb-A-Dook
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Team JXT starting off things with authority, earning the first point, and that's going to be a lot of momentum for them heading through the rest of the night. Of course, we have 5 big co-branded matches. Of course, the next one going to be Valkyrie versus the last JXT Women's Champion, Emily Ireland. And Tibbs, that's actually going to be our JXT team calling that match, so I can see you're a little bit upset. You're going to have a whole...
No, I'm fine.
You're going to have a whole match to calm it down.
You know what? I hope they enjoy it. It's the only win they're going to get.
That is right, Tibbs, but there they are. A successful Team JXT bringing it home for the family.
Hey JWF true believers, Captain Tibbs here for merch.alodapurebs.com. That's right, merch.alodapurebs.com. That is where you can buy all of our great merchandise from the JWF universe. Do you want t-shirts? Do you want more t-shirts? T-shirts with my face on it, with the faces of all the JWF superstars, our great wrestlers, anything. We got t-shirts, more t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, baseball hats, masks. You can even get a phone case. You can get a phone case with my face on it. You can get a phone case with the Jeb-A-Dook's face on it from JXT. You can get anything you want. Whatever your heart desires. Merch.alodapurebs.com. Powered by T-Public.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are now joined by the A commentary team, Scottye Moore, and the man who just had one hell of a match in the form of my commentary partner, Blake Tanner. How you doing, buddy?
I think I broke a face bone at some point. Look at my eye.
I'm sorry, I can't look at your eye. I'm busy looking at this hot piece of ass coming to the ring right now. And I can say that because it's the final JXT Women's Champion and my wife, Emily Ireland.
Just waiting for that one, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
The following match is a champion versus champion match. Introducing first, the final JXT Women's Champion, Emily Ireland.
And Blake, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Because about a year ago at this exact same time, Valkyrie and Emily were feuding. Ironically enough, for that title that Emily now holds pretty much ad infinitum, the JXT Women's Championship. And now a year later, we stand here with both women holding the gold and only one question, and that's who is the best?
This is gonna be a hard-fought battle. This is gonna be the end to a lot of loose ends. These two finally coming to blows at this pay-per-view.
And her opponent, hailing from the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, she is the daughter of the sea, Valkyrie.
Now, here's the thing about this matchup that I literally just realized. This is basically a continuation of the feud that began JWF Ignition. Myself, Momoa Curry. Those, in my opinion, quite humbly, that was a feud that really jump-started this company, and now we're getting to see it refreshed. But now this is not about titles. This is not about anything more than just getting in this ring and fighting to prove excellence. And in my opinion, I think both of these women have a lot to do to be able to step up and prove themselves in this ring.
We get to see how each of these competitors has improved and changed in their time away. How they've, how JWF has changed Valkyrie, how Emily's undefeated streak has forged her into something of like the most capable warrior I've ever seen.
That's right, but I will say the one advantage I would give Emily over Val in this match is quite genuinely just something that happens as a result of the JXT schedule. we wrestle weekly. We have matches weekly. Meanwhile, Val, I don't think she has had a match since Summerfest. She has got that ring rust. Meanwhile, Emily just defended her title, a week ago at the Snap-Itting pay-per-view against the woman known as Jackie Law. Meanwhile, it looks like Shibata was distracted by my commentary during that. I'm sorry, Shibata. I hate that you were distracted for all of that. Big drop kick from Emily.
You can't seriously be doing this tonight. Please don't do this tonight.
Of all nights to do it, of course this is the night I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you're right, but still.
If she loses, that means I have to beat Dylan. You get that, right?
Hold on, let me crunch the numbers.
Over 600 days.
Shit.
Over 600 days that man's not been pinned, and now it's up to my goofy ass. So I'm gonna need my wife to take care of business. Oh, beautiful moonsault doing exactly that.
You know what? I do retract my previous statement. Hey, Shibata, Emily's great, right?
That's right. Oh, wait a minute. Goes for it. Blue Bomber, center of the ring, has Valkyrie down. And now, I think she might have been trying for those rapid-fire curb stomps into the mat, but Val manages to reverse. Oh, went for the Momoan punch, and Emily quite simply just slapped the taste out of her mouth before draping her across those ropes. And now, oh my God, she has got her caught up. Oh, punch straight to the face. And I don't know if you noticed that those ropes were wrapped around the neck of Valkyrie as Emily goes to the top rope. What a beautiful moonsault.
That is wonderful.
One,
just great striking.
2, oh, kick out at 2 from Valkyrie, who now gets back to her feet. Emily on fire. Oh, but Val immediately putting a stop to it with that big boot. And at the end of the day, Valkyrie is someone who, oh wait, hold on, goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, kicks out at 1.5. Like I was saying, that Momoan punch, that big maneuver, that's something that Val's father taught her. And at the end of the day, I'm not Momoa Curry. I'm not going to be able to teach what he can as Val takes her down with a spear too. What? Whew. Emily kicking out.
Kicked out.
Just
And
barely off the spear.
Both Emily and Val are extremely resilient, and the thing that also surprised me, how much of their offense involves striking, either with hands or violent kicks.
That is right. Meanwhile, Emily getting back to her feet. She has Val dazed, and now she has got her picked up. Could we see the blue bomber? No, wait a minute. Instead, going for the reverse of the bomber. Oh my God.
Just spiked her right on her head.
Folded her up like a pretzel. Now Emily going to the top rope. Could we see it? The Phoenix splash straight down onto her. 1, 2. Oh, and now Valkyrie barely kicking out. And one of the most deadly moves in Emily's arsenal, that Phoenix splash maneuver.
I don't know what to say. That Phoenix splash of Emily's is always... like, that is the trump card.
That's right.
More often than not.
That big fist and then standing shooting star press. Emily pulling out all the stops tonight. Ooh, went for a big lariat. Avoids it at the last minute. Sends her into the ropes. And then, ooh, went for the kick. These two women know each other so well, but that Momoan punch finds its mark. 2. Ooh, Emily at 2 3/4 kicking out.
Ooh. Emily knows just as well as the rest of us what is at stake here, so... and she is willing to fight with all that might.
That is right. Now brings her back to her feet. Big forearm shiver. And let's not forget, during all of their feuds, during all of their matches, Emily has never really been able to get one over on Valkyrie. And this tonight is her opportunity to finally do it as she once again wraps her up into those ropes for a massive uppercut. And now,
gosh, that cannot feel good, that uppercut connecting with those two cables around your neck.
That is right. And then, went for the drop kick, but Valkyrie avoiding it at the last second, just allowing Emily to fall to the earth in a heap. But Emily don't give a damn about that, apparently. This woman is running on pure adrenaline.
Yes, but they got to get it back in the ring now.
Look at that, just emphatically kicking away at the face of Valkyrie before Val sends her to the mat. Shibata now at a count of 5. You are correct. These women got to get things back in the ring because at the end of the day, if one of these matches ends in a tie, that means the whole damn thing could end in a tie.
Well, I guess nothing is better than something. I don't know. Have we talked about what happens if there's a tie?
No, but it looks like we're not going to have to worry about that because Emily, after all those kicks, the German suplexes, the maneuvers at the top, Phoenix Splash! Phoenix Splash! 1, 2, 3!
The winner of the match, securing a point for Team JXT, she is Emily Ireland.
Well, this has started out swimmingly for us.
As a matter of fact, yes, I say this is going extremely well.
Yeah, only one big victory left, and then we can take it home and show JWF exactly what that JXT fighting spirit is all about. That spirit that Emily showed during this match, going through the spears, the Momoan punches, Val throwing everything she had at the JXT Women's Champion. But every single time, it just ended up making Emily stronger. Those Phoenix splashes more emphatic. The kicks to the face more powerful. And that is why Emily stands here tonight as the victor.
You know, I thought this was going to be harder than it was supposed to be, honestly. Like, it's going so well.
It's going pretty... Blake, I don't know if you could see this on the stage. They are bringing out...
That's a cell.
Is that the cell?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the JWF announce team back here, and Tibbs, what the hell in a cell is going on here?
The following match is I'm being told a Hell in a Cell match. Introducing first, they are the JXT Tag Team Champions, the team of Neo X, T-Call, Matt, Mania.
Well, Tibbs, you know, I wanted to talk about the accolades of these two men, about the fact that they have went through so much to be able to get here and stand here as champions, but instead I'm worrying about this damn demonic structure floating all over all of our heads. What the hell's going on?
Oh, if you must know, Stills, I just decided to make a last-minute change for the benefit of everybody here. I didn't put the cell over the ring just because it would benefit some competitors in this match over others. That's ridiculous.
A quick last-minute change. Just happened to changing the stipulation of the match to a match that has been known as the personal match of the JWF Tag Team Champions. Yes, Tibbs, it is quite appropriate that we find ourselves in hell tonight.
And their opponents, representing the Whitney family, the team of Sammy Sin and Alistair Bateman. They are your JWF Tag Team Champions, Demon Inc.
Well, Tibbs, I mean, you heard the announcer say it himself. These men are, of course, in the Whitney family, and you know their manager, Lawrence Whitney, had to have been giving them a tongue lashing backstage because they didn't exactly do well in the opening match, and now this is their opportunity for redemption. So not only do we have the fire from that going on, we got the literal fire of the Hell in a Cell structure.
And you know what? It couldn't fit better. Listen, Sills, I had a cell in the back room. Well, I thought, why not use it? Why not use it to show how great these competitors are, to show how they can adapt to quick changes, random events, and nothing is ever certain in this business, Sills. You gotta adapt or die.
Ooh, big clothesline from Neo X taking out Sammy Sin, though. And let me tell you something, I think Neo has the right move at this point in the match. Sammy Sin has got to be, in my opinion, the stronger contender of Demon Inc. He's held more titles. He's got more experience, in my opinion. Neo X is doing the right thing right now. He might look like he's getting his ass beat, but also he's keeping Sammy Sin out of the ring and out of the match.
That is true. That does leave a lot of the onus onto Teak Hall to take out Alistair Bateman, though.
That's right. Beautiful monkey flip to the inside of the ring from Bateman, who goes for the pinfall. One. Ooh, and unfortunately, it looks like being on the outside did not pay off right there for Neo X. Now things get back into the ring. Sammy now going after Teak as Neo gets a big suplex from Bateman. And now Teak bringing things back into the ring, the brutality. But it looks like Mania finally getting advantage. And Tibbs, like I was saying earlier, Mania is a team that has been around since the birth of JXT. Hell, before JXT, we have seen this team face off against some of the greatest this company has to offer. The Fight Boys, the VWO. We've seen them go against just about everybody.
I mean, that is very true. They have built up quite the resume, but of course they ended up on losing sides of most of them.
Well, you could say that, but they did not lose that last match. Oh! I don't know if you noticed that. Teak using Sammy essentially as a weapon to strike Alistair Bateman, but unfortunately Bateman's back on his feet, but Neo taking it to him, then ending the Neo effects.
I will have to say those are clever moves. They really are pulling out all the stops, which is what this match is supposed to be about, of course. But it looks like they are going to have a hard time taking out Demon Inc.
That is right, because Alistair Bateman has Neo up. What is he thinking? Oh, Neo avoiding it. Gets him up. Gets him up. Tibbs, the Falcon Arrow. Oh, and he's got to scramble for it. He's got to scramble for the pinfall. Goes for it. 1, 2, home! Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow!
He kicked out of the Falcon Arrow!
Well, it looks like it doesn't matter because now Teak Hall's getting Sammy Sin back in the ring, everybody in the pool, and it looks like we might see double arrows tonight, but not if Sammy Sin has anything to say about it.
No. Demon Inc., they know the danger of a well-placed Falcon Arrow. They're not going to let that happen again.
That is right.
They're not.
Tibbs, I hate to say you're a liar, but he's got him up, and he's got him down. Falcon Arrow once again goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. I'm sure Sammy Sin kicked his shoulder up. Is what happened, because nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
It must have been. He must have found a way. He must have broke out that pin somehow. There was so much going on.
That's right.
But Jeb-A-Dook stopped the count.
Oh, wait. Look inside the ring. Sammy Sin hitting a big power bomb, but Jeb-A-Dook is busy trying to navigate what's going on between Neo X and Alistair Bateman. He's ignoring that pinfall from Sammy Sin as Neo sends Bateman to the outside. My God.
Come on. Get him.
That's it. Unfortunately, Teak Hall managing to get out of that big maneuver as what the hell are Neo and Bateman doing? They are scaling the side of the cage. Meanwhile, Sammy and Teak are trying to have a normal wrestling match, and Neo and Alistair said, forget that, we're going up.
This could either be very good or very bad.
That's right, but inside the ring, I don't know if you noticed that Teak Hall with a big power bomb of his own goes for the pinfall, and this is the problem with these men on top of the cage too. Who kicks out at 2? But when you're on top of the cage, you can't break up a pinfall, and you can't get back in the ring, to be honest. And that might be the one issue these two are running into right now.
Now they see their teammates fighting bitterly against each other, and they are in no position to help.
That's right. Teak Hall with a Falcon Arrow goes for the pin. I have an assumption of what's about to happen. Yep, he kicked out of the Falcon Arrow. Tibbs, I feel like I've been fed some misinformation at some point regarding the Falcon Arrow.
No, I remember, Sills. You could never kick out of the Falcon Arrow back in the day. That was the thing.
Oh no, look at this, look at this. Neo has him up. Oh my God! Power bombing him. But look underneath him. His tag team partner is being locked up, but oh my God! Well, that's one way to break up a submission.
That'll do it.
And the crowd chanting, this is awesome, and I have to agree with him. Who takes him down? And now Mania standing tall, but Alistair Bateman now moving just on instinct. Oh, big backstabber.
He's just gotten up. It's like he's running on pure adrenaline right now. His eyes are glazed over. And
Bloody Sunday taking down Neo. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, Neo kicking out of Bloody Sunday. Now, I have heard of people kicking out of the Bloody Sunday before.
yeah, that's not as out there. Not as out there as the Falcon era. I just can't believe that.
That is right. But meanwhile, Sami Zayn has Teak Hall in his... Oh! Might have been setting up for the Demon Driver, but Teak avoided it. And now, Matt Mania, they both got him. No! Reversal! Reversal! He's got him rolled up. He's rolled up, but Teak Hall. Oh, wait. 1, 2. Kick out. I don't know if you noticed that. Neo missed that drop kick, but it looks like that does not matter because he's got him up. But no! Sami reverses into a Hurricanrana. And it looks like
so much brutality.
Oh, no.
After so
Look
much,
at this.
it looked like it's
Modified figure
time.
4. Modified figure 4 from Teak Hall. But oh my God! Sami Zayn power bombing Teak Hall's own tag team partner onto him before grabbing him. He's got him set up. Demon Driver. No! 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
The winners of the match, securing a point for Team JWF. They are Demon Inc.
Well, Tibbs, it is now officially 2-1 in the war between JWF and JXT. I do happen to think there may have been some outside interference, some divine intervention, if you will, that may have led to the victory of Demon Inc. in this match.
But who?
Tibbs, you put the cell out.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
They're
I don't know
called
who could even...
Demon Inc., and you put them in a match called a Hell in a Cell.
Oh yeah, that's great, isn't it? Makes money.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following event is scheduled for one clusterfuck and is set to occur in Birmingham, Alabama.
Introducing first, he is the bearded man from the Badlands, the absolute Badlands, Scottye Moore! And in the other corner, sporting the modest plaid on plaid on plaid, the man with the plaid crown. The plaid is plaid on the plaid, the man who knows nothing about wrestling and everything about plaid, Blake Tanner.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to do something there? I thought this was just you two.
Oh,
No, that's Dylan. Hey, Dylan.
And we are the Fight Boys, and it's a show about professional and not so professional wrestling. Make sure to check us out, because when you're a fight boy, you're a fight boy for life. Look, I'm just saying, how do you powerbomb someone through the top of a Hell in a Cell and lose the match? Oh, are we on? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your team, JXT commentary team, here for the JWF JXT Konanza match. And Blake, why don't you give us a little rundown on what it means to be in a Konanza?
All right, Scotty, so Konanza match. Basically, you get 8 of the big, beefiest boys that you can. You put them in a ring together. They're not allowed to leave until everybody is knocked out.
That is right. This
You
match...
get a 10-minute time limit, and anybody who's still alive at the end of that 10 minutes wins.
That is right. I appreciated they're not allowed to leave. They can leave the ring, but if they do, they are automatically disqualified from winning. But you can see the brutality already starting in this match. Oh! Tekken Mike with the biggest fist eliminating Mega Ran. And you know that is going to be disappointing for the Matt Mania crew.
It is. It's also... Wait, aren't they both supposed to be on the JXT side? Didn't we tell them about this?
Oh, yeah, we didn't tell them about this. Yeah, this is one of the matches that gets points, huh? And you know what? Sam Adams blatantly talked about how much he loved JXT a few weeks ago, so I feel like he should be on our team.
Yeah, I feel like we could find a tech.
No,
there's a loophole
he's
for
going
that,
after
right?
Tech and Mike. Never mind. Oh, sobriety test levels one half of Big Fist in the weirdest tag team JXT has ever seen. Meanwhile, Funky Flossie finds himself in a direct path of, oh my God, what a spear from Crush Atlas. A man who, let's not forget, is pulling double duty tonight. In just a few short minutes, he is going to be taking on Uncle Muerto and Falcor the Stoppable for the JWF Captain's Championship. But it looks like Crush Atlas does not give a damn about having to pull double duty. He is willing to fight with everything he has in every match he's in. Meanwhile, Chuck Gibbons being eliminated in the background.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. This is one of those matches, ladies and gentlemen, where everything just happens all at the same time.
That's
within this 10-minute span.
Well,
it's hard to keep up.
Looks like, Atlas was going for the spear, but Sam Adams reversing it into a DDT as Funky Flossie takes AJ Steele, sending him across the ring. Meanwhile, your favorite and mine, Shitty Terry, finds himself directly in the path of the Big Fist, and Shitty Terry has been eliminated.
Tech and Mike?
Tech and Mike.
He's eliminated 2 JXT guys. What's he doing?
Oh, well, meanwhile, look at that. AJ Steele taking out Funky Flossie with that big steel beam to the back of the neck, and then one to Tech and Mike as well. AJ Steele with 2 eliminations back to back. Oh, wait. Is he still in it? Oh, nope. Tech and Mike.
Yeah, no.
He's just going to leave on his own.
No, he got knocked out. If you are knocked out for any period of time, you gotta leave.
That is right. Meanwhile, Sam Adams and AJ Steele going after one another. These two men used to be stablemates, both members of the Hard Americans, before Chuck Gibbons came along and basically said, hey, y'all stop all that. And then they broke up.
I guess that's the best way to put it, actually.
That is right. Meanwhile, now AJ, though, has Sam Adams up. He's up. Power bomb.
Looks like he was trying to send him out of the ring, which still would have been a disqualification for Sam Adams.
That is right. But, oh, what a toss from Crush Atlas, who sends AJ Steele to the mat. And now AJ finds himself in the path of a charging bull in the form of Crush Atlas, but no! Reverses it into the DDT is AJ Steele, but look at that, Sam Adams immediately there. You gotta think, with all the years that Sam Adams was basically working under the tutelage of the Hard Americans, he was waiting for this moment, but unfortunately that steel beam took him out as well.
But it's AJ Steele, though. I never really thought he was that good. Is he about to...
I don't know, but
Crush Atlas is a competitor that has fought week in and week out for the last
the steel beam, but Crush Atlas is still in it. Crush Atlas has withstood the steel beam, and he's coming back. He's coming back. Could we see it? Oh, no. Beautiful butterfly suplex. Backing up, going for another one of those spears. AJ Steele in the path of Crush Atlas. No, a reversal once again.
He reversed into it. There is no way that the man who sells dick pills is going to beat Crush Atlas.
Well, he is backed up into that corner, almost mocking Crush Atlas's spear technique before, oh my God, sends that boot colliding with the jaw. And now he's got him set up for it. Could we see it? Steel beam.
The winner of the match, securing a point for Team JWF. He's the man with the body of steel, AJ Steele.
You know, when Demon Inc. lost, I was upset. Or when Demon Inc. won, I was upset. But I was like, they're originally JXT. At the end of the day, it's our fault. Fuck this guy, though.
I legitimately hate this man. I mean, there is nothing I hold for this man but contempt, and he is the reason...
Well, I bet I'm doing some math here.
Yeah, well, no, wait, hold on. There's your math. Disaster. AJ Steele's a disaster. Well, Tibbs, you managed to tie things up in just 2 short matches with quite a bit of interference, and what I've been told are a few JXT athletes that you managed to pay off. So congrats on the 2-2.
The following match is a grudge match. Introducing first, the man who has asked me to tell you all that he has held the JWF World Heavyweight Championship more times than Robert Hill. He is Chuck Tibbs.
Now, of course, as our announcer said, this match does not count to the JWF versus JXT standings. This is strictly a grudge match, much like our next match for the Captain's Championship. This is just Chuck Tibbs, who came out to the ring and said, hey, I want Robert Hill in the ring, and I want him now. And unfortunately, Robert Hill said, okay.
Yep.
And his opponent, he is the king of the hill, Robert Hill.
Now, Tibbs, I hate to say this because he is your son, but if he just wasn't a dumbass, this wouldn't have happened. At the end of the day, Robert Hill, yes, he did embarrass Chuck Tibbs at WrestlePalooza. He pinned him in about 27 seconds, 25 seconds, somewhere like that, to win the JWF Championship. And when you get that kind of embarrassment, I understand you want to fight back, but not the way Chuck Tibbs has been doing it. Challenging Robert to matches when he knows he's not in the arena. Challenging Robert to fights when he knows that Robert wasn't cleared to compete. But the minute Robert got cleared, you found Chuck Tibbs shut up pretty quickly.
Yeah, so you may have realized that my son is not the smartest person.
That is right. The bell goes ding. Oh, went for the clothesline, but no, wait a minute. Robert Hill, he reverses. He's got him. Gaslighter, gaslighter, gaslighter. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match, unsurprisingly, is the king of the hill, Robert Hill.
Well, that happened.
Well, on the last episode of JWF Ignition, Robert Hill made a decree. He said that I'm gonna I'm gonna come to crossing the line and I'm gonna beat my record by my stopwatch. I think Robert Hill has done Wait, what the hell? Tibbs, what's going on? No way! Tibbs, this is the man who Robert Hill took out of action just before Summerfest. This is the man who Robert Hill eliminated from this year's Regal Rumble. This is Momoa Curry, the biggest name in JWF history, and he has returned. What the hell is going on?
I've been calling him for weeks. I have been asking for him to come and help, and no! He doesn't do that. He shows up at the end of this match to settle some grudge with Robert Hill.
I don't know, but you see Robert Hill in the ring, Momoa rushing in, and looks like there's a brawl. There's not going to be a stare down. There's no WrestlePalooza challenge. These two men are beating the hell out of each other in the center of the ring. The referee trying to separate them before anything can start, but wait. What the hell? Shibata just rang the bell. It looks like Shibata knows what's best for the audience. We got another match right now.
What? No, that can't happen. Who in their right minds would change?
Robert rolls him up. 1, 2. Ooh, Robert kicking out at 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a dream match that many people have been waiting for. I didn't think any of this would have happened.
I don't care if you're the god of the JWF, you can't just do this. Come and make a last minute change to my card, Momoa.
Well, at the end of the day, Tibbs, I'm pretty sure you planned for a full match, and Chuck most certainly wasn't able to last that, but I most certainly think Momoa Curry can. As he whips Robert across the ring, drops down, what's he thinking? Oh, went for a big boot, but Robert immediately stops him at the pass.
Oh, this is something to behold, having Momoa Curry back again.
That's right, but unfortunately, Robert Hill's looking to try to make it the last time we see him as he, oh my God! The strength of Robert Hill just swinging Momoa. I don't know if you noticed that Momoa's head collided with the steel of that ring post, but the god of the JWF proving the strength he has as he gets right back up and takes it to Robert Hill. Meanwhile, Shibata at a count of what appears to be 5 on the outside as Robert, like a bull, just collides with that barricade.
Momoa Curry coming back after all this time. You gotta wonder if he's got some ring rust, but Robert Hill, the fact that he is just taking all of this offense straight to Momoa Curry really speaks to how far he's come.
That's right, and at the end of the day, you gotta think about this. Robert Hill didn't know this was gonna happen. Robert Hill didn't know he was gonna have to go through Chuck Tibbs, admittedly not a tall task, and then go against the literal god of the JWF. He's been prepping for a sprint, and right now Momoa Curry is in this ring, and he wants to take him to a marathon.
We have only just begun, so we can see how long Robert Hill lasts.
2, kicking out at 2 3/4 is Robert Hill off of that Momoan punch. And now Momoa backing up. He has got Robert in his sights, could be looking for that spear, but collides with it appears to be the side of Robert Hill, those ribs, those shoulders. Has a interesting variation on it. Both men went for big flying maneuvers and avoided one another. At the end of the day, a lot of people have said Robert Hill has brought back that intensity that a young Momoa Curry had, and you're just seeing it right now as both men seem to be mirroring each other's actions.
Robert Hill is nothing but intensity, but Momoa Curry, he is in a weight class all his own.
That is right. He is the god of the JWF for a reason. Hits a beautiful arm drag, but Robert Hill, takes him to the mat with a flurry of strikes. And Tibbs, with the exception of our current champion, the Dylan, no one has been able to take Robert Hill to his limit. Nobody has ever been able to pin or submit Robert Hill, which means even for the god of the JWF, I think Momoa might have a tall task ahead of him tonight.
Oh, that may be true, Sills, but if there's anybody that I could say that is up to that task, it is Momoa Curry. We've seen this man perform miracles.
That is right. We have seen this man resurrect in the center of the ring. Tried for a chin lock, but look at that. Robert Hill immediately getting back to his feet. Tibbs, I almost think Robert Hill saw Momoa trying to do a traditional wrestling move and said, no. This is not a wrestling match. This is a fight. 2. Kicking out at 2 is Robert Hill.
I mean, we have seen nothing but a straight brawl in this match tonight. Momoa Curry, he is putting his fist to good use. Robert Hill, he is just non-stop.
That is right, and there you go once again. Beautiful clothesline to the back of the skull. And now Momoa is backed up. Robert once again in his sights. Unfortunately, Robert avoiding the spear once again. Momoa didn't get all of it the first time. The second time, Robert manages to reverse into a beautiful DDT before bringing him back into the ring with emphasis.
Oh, yes. This is something I haven't expected to see from Robert Hill. The fact that he is willing to incorporate so much into his moveset, or that he is able to go for such a long, drawn-out confrontation with somebody as powerful as Momoa Curry.
Not just someone as powerful as Momoa Curry, someone he didn't expect to see tonight, to fight tonight, to anything tonight. Meanwhile, Robert has him on the outside. What is the king of the hill thinking? Bounces off the ropes. Suicida! And Tibbs, look at this on the replay. Momoa's head colliding with the steel of that barricade before collapsing to the earth. That was violent.
I never expected Robert Hill to fly that fast.
That is right. A lot of momentum back behind him, but Momoa with a big clothesline takes Robert back down on the outside, and once again the brawl continues. Big strike to the face from the god of the JWF.
The god is not finished yet. As a matter of fact, Sills, he may have only just begun.
That's right. Big forearm to the back of the head, a maneuver we saw AJ Steele employ to great effect in that last match.
So if you can see what this has awoken in Momoa Curry, you can see that this has lit that fire that he's always looking for to challenge himself, to prove that he is still the god of the JWF. And that's why sometimes he just shows up to do it.
That is right, but now Robert Hill rolling back inside of the ring and breaking the count of Shibata. Let me tell you something, a win over Momoa Curry isn't nothing to sneeze at. It is a very impressive thing to have, and Robert Hill, whether it was through count out or not, was about to have in the record books a victory over Momoa Curry, but he said, no, I want to beat him myself. I don't want the clock to beat him. I want to beat him, and at the end of the day, love him or hate him, that has got to be respectable for Robert Hill.
At the very least, Sills, we've seen how little respect Robert Hill seems to have for most of his opponents, so even a small gesture like that shows how much he respects Momoa Curry over the normal competitor.
That is right. Now Momoa bringing Robert back to his feet. Momoan punch goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, kicking out once again is Robert Hill. Tibbs, we like to talk about Momoa having ring rust. Can Momoa do it? Can Momoa this? Robert Hill, can he survive at this point? No! Momoa!
What?
Momoa was setting up for the spear, but Shibata got himself in the way. Shibata found himself in the way of the spear, but now Gaslighter goes for the pinfall, but Shibata's out. Shibata's out. He can't make the call.
No, he's completely down. Momoa Curry, he's back up. He's still fighting.
That is right. Now Robert taking things back to the outside. I think he might have been trying to go for a steel chair or something. I mean, at the end of the day, if the ref's down, all rules are off the table. But looks like we are back to that brawling, breakneck fighting style that we have seen this whole time. Oh my God, Robert's head just colliding with that steel beam. And Tibbs, look at this. Both of these men are busted open and bloody. This match is getting gory and fast.
Absolutely, Sills. This is... Momoa Curry's face is just showered in blood at this point. It's like he's... Oh, and now Robert Hill, too.
That's
They're
right.
both
1,
bloody. Beat
2. Kicking out once again, and look at Momoa Curry. Momoa saying, what the hell is it gonna take to beat this guy? Because at the end of the day, Momoa Curry has never really faced someone like Robert Hill in this ring. Spear! Spear! Spear!
Ooh.
And he's taken down Robert Hill with that beautiful maneuver, the move that won him the JWF Championship numerous times, that led him to a record.
What? He just kicked out of this. He didn't even have to wait. He just kicked.
That wasn't a kick out in
Hill,
1. That wasn't 2 3/4. That wasn't anything. And now, oh my God, Robert Hill sending Momoa shoulder first into the ring post. And that's a wise move, because that is going to affect Momoa. Anytime he tries to hit that spear now, he is going to feel the pain of that steel beam on his shoulders. But oh, Momoa with some big shots takes him down once again. And now look at this, Tibbs.
I'm amazed that both of these men are still standing.
That is right. We are now down to just some strikes before getting leveled with that clothesline is Momoa Curry, who now finds his way back to his feet, only to be dropped with the gaslighter. But no, Momoa reverses. Going up and over is Momoa Curry, who finds Robert Hill's bloody visage right in front of him again, taking him down with the Momoan punch. Oh, and Tibbs, it might be all over for the hurting for Robert Hill. Look at the blood covering his chest. Beautiful spear. Let's see that one more time.
Oh, that's that Momoa Curry spear that I come home for.
That is right, Tibbs, but...
Yeah.
What is the god of the JWF thinking, now backing up into the corner, and it looks like he is not done. He says the king of the hill needs seconds, and he's more than willing to give it to him. I don't think we need a replay. Momoa is the replay himself right now, Tibbs.
He has done it, and he's not finished yet.
That's right, going for 3, the holy trinity of spears, but no! Robert reverses it into a big DDT DDT before bringing Momoa back to his feet. And now he's got him set up for that big fisherman suplex, but that's not enough for Robert Hill. The King of the Hill wants to put the exclamation point on it, Tibbs. Sets him up, rolls him up, gaslighter, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match, he's the King of the Hill, Robert Hill.
Well, Tibbs, if anything has been proven tonight, it is that Robert Hill may just be the most dangerous man in the JWF, defeating Chuck Tibbs in less than, 20 seconds. I think it was an official 14-second call on the bell, and then managing to go the distance with Momoa Curry, eating multiple spears, Momoan punches. Look at the blood covering this man from tail to tip, and yet he still manages to walk out victorious.
Sills, Momoa Curry brought his A game tonight. Robert Hill, he just smashed it. It was a hard-fought victory, but Robert Hill, he managed to take down Momoa Curry.
What's up, everybody? It's everyone's favorite commentator, Silver Spoon, here to remind you that if you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying this great JWF pay-per-view, maybe consider giving back over at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. That's right, for the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can support us, the Fight Boys, a load of BS. The entire network can benefit from just a few dollars a month from you. In addition, you get exclusive content like Wrestling History X from the Fight Boys. You get to check out old episodes of JWF. They're all waiting for you over there on patreon.com/a-load-of-BS.
So we're tied. We started out real
we're
good.
tied.
We had a real big
We're
banger,
tied.
and then AJ Steele and Demon
Ruined
Inc. ruined it. But it's
Ruined it.
okay, because there's a dragon here.
The following match is a triple threat match for the vacant JWF Captain's Championship. Introducing first, he's a dragon, Falcor, the Stoppable.
And really, I have to give this dragon all the props
And
right now.
And I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that the past two Captain's Champions were, of course, yourself and myself. I mean, at the end of the day, the only reason I relinquished the title was I didn't think I was going to be wrestling on this show. I didn't think I was going to be wrestling for the foreseeable future, and I wanted to give the opportunity of this belt, this Captain's Championship, to the JXT talent who I thought deserved it the most, which, of course, is the BS champion, who we'll be seeing in a few moments, and these two men, Falcor the Stoppable, and a man who has already been through hell tonight in the form of Crush Atlas.
And his opponent, weighing in at 275 pounds, he is Crush Atlas.
And you know what? I do have to say, Crush Atlas, Falcor have to have all the props. Both of these guys pulling double duty. First, starting out fighting for the brand, giving everything they've got, and then coming back here to fight for the Captain's Championship, for a championship that is dedicated to workhorses, which both Falcor and Crush Atlas are.
Also, off topic, doesn't Batista's entrance work so well for Crush Atlas?
I know, right? I'm really glad we could just lift these things wholesale.
Yeah, we can just... There are so many entrances that no longer belong to people in WWE now. We're great.
We could do anything. If you beat Dylan, we can do anything.
Yeah, but that's going to require me to beat Dylan. And you know, I feel like at this point I've reached, like, not... I think I've moved on past denial and anger. I'm not quite yet at acceptance.
Should we try to think of a plan?
I feel like right now, I don't want to do a disservice to these men, especially this man.
And their opponent, he is the JXT-BS champion. They call him Uncle Muerto.
I do love Uncle Muerto. I love all these boys.
I mean, at the end of the day, Uncle Muerto holds the belt that is named after ourselves. And in my opinion, as I look in this ring, as I see men like Falcor, as I see men like Uncle Muerto, as I see Crush Atlas, in my opinion, if I manage to lose to the undefeated person, I feel like it's still gonna be in good hands, as long as Tibbs doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, but you know Tibbs is gonna fuck it up.
Hold on. Hold it high, Shibby! Might be the last time I get to say that. That makes me very, very happy. As Falcor now standing toe-to-toe, Crush Atlas, Uncle Muerto, all of these men getting ready to fight it out. And you can see Uncle Muerto, in my opinion, he's on Dream Street right now, because Uncle Muerto is coming into this match relatively fresh, at least compared to the other two.
I mean, that is true. Both other competitors have fought in grueling matches tonight. Falcor, of course, fighting alongside me and Team JXT, Crush Atlas in the Konanza earlier.
The
it was
final man
going
in the Konanza, which means technically he lasted just as long as AJ Steele in that match. He just happened to be the person who got the steel beam to the back of the neck at the wrong time. But still, that meant he went the full distance. And yeah, good reason to get the crowd behind you there, Crush. Oh, and now Crush Atlas going after Falcor, the two big blonde gentlemen going after one another. But oh my God, Uncle Muerto back to his feet and just leveling him with some strikes.
Uncle Muerto is mad. He may be dwarfed by the other two competitors in this match, but do not think that means that he is any weaker. This man is like Wolverine, but better.
That is right. Meanwhile, you can see Crush Atlas wrenching on that arm as Shibata is asking two invisible people if they submit, I guess. And now, might have been trying to set.
Do you think Shibata's okay?
Shibata's fine. All right. Almost got the pinfall, but Uncle Muerto breaking things up at the last minute before clotheslining Atlas to the outside, and now rolls out and look at that. Uncle Muerto very wisely. He wanted to continue the battle with Atlas. Those two, they were in the same basic graduating class of JXT. But then he turned around, he saw Falcor was still on the ground, and Uncle Muerto made the wise move to get back into the ring and finish it on his own. Oh, what a backbreaker.
And really, that is a wise decision on the part of Uncle Muerto. You have to get rid of that third party in a three-man, in a triple threat match, if you're going to have any hope of going for a decisive pinfall.
That's right. In any single triple threat match like this, you have got to take out both opponents, and it looks like Crush Atlas trying to do that right now. Oh my God! Almost like a falling variation on the spear that he likes to employ before backing up and giving him the real thing after just getting a taste. Leveling Uncle Muerto is Crush Atlas. And he's not done, because in that last match,
What?
Oh, okay,
Falcor?
Falcor's just gonna... Okay, good work, Falcor. Meanwhile, Uncle Muerto, get to the chopper.
No, I will not let you do that.
Actually, in my opinion, I think that might have been the smartest move for Falcor at that point. Do the jump over him, take yourself out of the equation, have some fun with the crowd. Meanwhile, let Crush Atlas beat down Uncle Muerto. That's one less person to worry about.
And also, if he could have gone for the pin on Uncle Muerto, that could have been the end right there.
That is, well, it wasn't a great plan. He is Falcor after all. But Uncle Muerto now bringing Crush Atlas back to his feet. Atlas with a big European uppercut takes him down. Oh, oh my God, just dumping Uncle Muerto unceremoniously to the outside and now taking it to Falcor.
Listen, he may not have the best plans, but he tries his best.
He is a dragon. Oh, and now that dragon is hooked up on that top rope, and Grudge Atlas is just, oh my gosh, wrenching down on the neck with it.
Oh, come on, Falcor. I know you can do better than this.
You shouldn't have said anything, because then he got speared. And now, Grudge Atlas is about to give Falcor a message of a location he can go, because he's up and he's going to get to the chopper. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Uncle Muerto has a sledgehammer. Now this is triple threat. There are no DQs. There are no countouts. And of all people to take advantage of that, I gotta say Uncle Muerto would be the one to do it, because he's just taking the head of that sledgehammer and bringing it down on the skull of Grudge Atlas.
I'm not surprised, but when I did turn my head and he just had that sledgehammer, it was the funniest goddamn thing I've seen all day.
Oh, but now Uncle Muerto has been taken to the outside. Oh, and Falcor eats a big kick to the skull, and then one to the lower back. Grudge Atlas looking to finish things off, goes for the pin. 1. Ooh, Falcor kicking out at 2, and Grudge Atlas knowing he's got to do a little bit more than that to take out the dragon.
Of course. Like I said, Falcor, he's not someone to be underestimated.
That is right, and he just got thrown down onto the head of that sledgehammer, but Falcor won't let that take him out.
No, Falcor, he wants to fight. He wants to prove himself more than anybody. Grudge Atlas, he's had such a banner year right now, but Falcor wants this so badly.
Meanwhile, Uncle Muerto with more plunder, bringing that ladder into the ring. But now Falcor, what is he thinking? Sending Uncle Muerto across the ring. And oh no, he's got them both set up. Blake, are you thinking what I'm thinking Falcor's thinking?
Yeah.
Dragon kick! Ooh. Straight to the skull of Uncle Muerto before...
And he's down.
No! Grudge Atlas! Grudge Atlas grabbed the leg! He grabbed the leg! Goes for the pinfall on Muerto! 1, 2... No! Uncle Muerto kicks out at the last minute!
But now it's crushing Uncle Muerto. Falcor, he's barely being able to stir. What is Grudge Atlas gonna do now?
Oh, I think I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna tell Uncle Muerto to get to the chopper, complete with ladder. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match, a new JWF Captain's Champion. He is Grudge Atlas.
Well, when I relinquished that title, when I made this opportunity, when I said this match was coming up, and I thought about all of the different JXT talents who could hold that belt, let me tell you something. One of the men at the top of the list is Grudge Atlas. And as you can see tonight, he did not fail me at all.
No, Grudge Atlas is somebody that, honestly, after the year he's had, he deserves that gold around his waist, and it would be an honor fighting him if I'm still in this company tomorrow.
Well, speaking of failures, it's time for me to go to the ring, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. But of course, I believe, Blake, you are going to be sticking around.
I'm going to be on commentary for this because we have sequestered Tibbs backstage. Sills and I have come up with a plan.
I'm not getting screw job. I'm not.
Not tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the music has hit. The crowd is on their feet, and that means it's time for the main event.
The following match is a champion versus champion match. Whoever wins secures the victory for either Team JXT or Team JWF. Introducing first, the new JXT World Champion, the hero of the JWF, Scottye.
Now, Blake, I would like to thank you for joining me here. That way we kind of have an impartial desk. Tibbs was not exactly happy with how things went down with Momoa and Chuck and that whole thing. So I'm happy that we're going to be able to call this one right down the middle as this man comes to try to defend both your and his jobs, the future of JXT, hell, quite possibly the future of this company entirely. But in order to do it, he's going to have to get through this man.
And it is an honor to be here, Sills, and to witness a match of this caliber tonight.
And his opponent. He is the Lord of the Smart Side and your JWF World Champion. He is the Dylan.
And this is a man who also, since the birth of JWF Ignition, has never been pinned or submitted in the ring. He's lost by DQ, he's lost by countout, hell, he's even lost in triple threat matches. But as far as anyone being able to get him to say, I quit, or pinning those shoulders to the mat, it's been impossible. But one man has come close, and it is in fact the man he is standing across from, Scottye Moore, a man who he has faced numerous times, and somehow every single time those matches ended, double DQs, double countouts. I'll be honest, most of those times, those DQs coming as a result of your interference, Blake.
What? I don't think I remember any of that. Sorry, Sills. That's not that's probably not that's not relevant to what's happening here, because this is bigger than Scottye Moore versus the Dylan. This is bigger than anything you could imagine. This is the fate of JXT itself. And Sills, if our cause is right, if our cause is just, then the fates will see it that Scottye will find a way tonight to beat Dylan. Please.
Well, I have handcuffed you to your chair so you can't interfere as well.
What? When did that happen?
It was real quick. Beautiful Lariato taking down the Dylan. Scottye Moore bringing him back to his feet. That is right, this is a veritable war of JWF versus JXT. And I'll be honest, if I'm the Dylan right now, I don't know if my heart's gonna be entirely in it. I think the Dylan may just be fighting to defend his unbeaten streak. He has made it clear in the past where he stands in this war between JWF and JXT. As Scottye Moore picks him up into that fireman's carry, but Dylan with those big elbow strikes straight to the skull, then the kicks to the legs. Scottye Moore fights back. And now, big, going for the suplex, but instead picks it. What the hell? What's Scottye Moore thinking? We've seen this Duca World!
That's a Duca World, baby!
Courtesy of the Jeb-A-Dook. 1, 2. Oh, Dylan kicking out at 2. And it looks like Scottye Moore has picked up the teacher has become the student in certain ways, but it has not been enough to take out the Dylans so far.
No, but it is a start. I think I'm seeing a strategy forming here on the part of Scottye, and I think that means that our cause is not lost after all tonight, Sills. That means that there's still a chance.
Well, you can say that all you want, but we are still in the early games of this match, and in my opinion, Dylan has certainly proven himself to be a 15-20-minute wrestler. It's when you get to those links that Dylan really begins to shine, when he can bust out those big submissions, and in my opinion, that's why I think Scottye Moore has got to use that high-impact offense to end things quickly, because the longer things go on, the longer Dylan's gas tank's gonna hold in there, and I don't know if Scottye's can.
That is true. That is something that Dylan can do better than most. He can go the distance. He's got a tank that just doesn't quit. Like, I am pretty sure that he could spend 2 hours in a long-term endurance match and come out on top against anybody from any era.
That is right. And now, taking Scottye into the turnbuckle is the Dylan, who's now plucking him up on the top. We've seen this before, where he just boots his opponent to the outside, but Scottye avoids it, luckily. Oh, but he doesn't avoid that punch. And then, boom! He did luckily avoid that elbow drop, though.
Yes. Now, this is the thing that I can tell you. We have not just completely ignored Dylan and his undefeated streak. Like, we always watch his matches. I really respect his matches, the matches that he's had, but I'm seeing a lot of the same patterns forming right now in Dylan's early match style. And I'm starting to think that Scottye, he's got to have seen these patterns too. He's got to have seen this is what Dylan does. This is how he gets started. He's not become unpredictable yet, and when you can predict the Dylan in the early match, it gives you a better chance when he starts to change it up.
That is right. I mean, let's not forget what was said on JWF Ignition just recently. That Dylan made it clear that when he figured out that, oh, wait a minute, I might be fighting Scottye Sunday, Dylan wasn't surprised. He wasn't shocked. He knows for a fact Scottye is someone that can get in his head. And so, I mean, I think that might be a quick admission from the Dylan that he knows this is not going to be a walk in the park for him as well.
That is true, but you need to remember, if you don't know Dylan that well, if he deigns to even mention you in a sentence, it does mean that he takes you as a serious threat. So him talking about Scottye in that manner means that Dylan has probably got 2 or 3 different strategies to try to take the Scottye tonight as well, and that's what Scottye's gonna have to look out for.
Backs up in the corner, and I thought he was going for the super kick, but no! A sexy Papa knee, courtesy of Papa Bliss, a former JWF JXT tag champion, but Dylan kicking out of it.
Yes, but that's got Dylan bloody. That is the thing about what I'm seeing from Scottye embodying these finishers from the JXT talent. It is not what you would expect from Scottye in a match. It's got to have at least rattled Dylan a little bit. But
well,
maybe not
I think
enough.
this is certainly going to rattle both of them. Oh my God! A massive superplex to the outside. That's a move we usually see Scottye more employ in these kinds of more vicious matches. And it looks like Dylan more than willing to turn the tables on him, use his own move against him. And I don't know if Scottye's going to be able to survive it. That is a big fall from, being suplexed up on the shoulders of a big, big man.
Yeah, a move like that is more a message to send to Scottye that says, I know you better than you may think.
That is right, and then Dylan sending him into that barricade and then into the ring post as Shibata now at a count of 6. And you can see Dylan with a little bit of hesitation, realizing that if he wins this match, 2 of his closest friends in the business, the men he broke in with, they won't be there anymore. And at the end of the day, that might mean that Dylan wins the proverbial war of who's the best fight boy, but also that means 2 of the guys that have had his back the longest won't be here, but looks like he doesn't give a damn for that right now as he goes up. What is he thinking? Well, Dylan paying tribute to another talented individual in the history of professional wrestling, but ain't from JXT, I'll tell you that. As he flies high, as it were, to hit a beautiful leg drop.
God, this is the thing about Dylan. He has been able to change up his style so much in this match as well. His big, high-impact moves, he has completely flipped the script on what you would expect to see from him.
That's right, and now he is just dragging Scottye's lifeless body away from those ropes. A wise move. He knows Scottye will get one of those legs on those ropes before he'll kick out. 2 3/4 Scottye kicking out, and you know what Dylan's got to be thinking here. It's Anaconda Vice time, but Scottye instead is thinking that it's time for Dylan to get to the chopper. Goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, Dylan kicking out. A little preview if we ever happen to see the new Captain's Champion face off against the Dylan just then.
Indeed, but all of this, Scottye using moves, the sexy Papa knee, the Duke of Whirl, get to the chopper, and
the thread, the needle, DDT! Courtesy, he may not be a dragon, but Scottye Moore is certainly flying tonight.
And hopefully that will fly us straight to the bank. That is JXT personified. That's not just the moves you're seeing, that's the spirit of each individual wrestler that has come up through JXT that deserves to stay and fight as part of something greater than not becoming some filthy 2.0 watered down version where half of them are going to get fired.
That is right. But hold on.
That will be fantastic and beautiful.
Oh, and now Scottye is backed up and Spear! The maneuver of one of the greatest JXT talents, the current JWF Women's Champion, Val Curry. And of course, her father, Momoa Curry, who Scottye has had his history with as well.
Indeed, and Dylan.
That is right. Dylan now just crawling away from that barricade before, what the hell, Scottye? Oh my God! Hit the kill steal, which of course is the move that was used by Mark Plays, the former JXT champion. Hold on, I'm being informed that Scottye wanted us to know that that was not a tribute to Mark Plays, but instead a tribute to the first ever JXT champion, The Rock Obama. Okay. Goes for the pinfall.
That happened, Sills. That happened.
1, 2. Oh, kicking out at the last minute. And unfortunately, it looks like The Rock Obama's maneuvers ain't enough to keep the Lord of the Smart Side down.
No, but it is taking bits and pieces away from him. It is giving JXT hope.
That is
because
right.
we don't have much right now.
That is right. Went for that big elbow drop. Dylan avoids it. Now they are just causing strikes. And now Dylan being forced to roll to the outside. What is Scottye thinking? Tope Suicida! A maneuver we saw Robert Hill, another JXT champion, employ you earlier tonight. Scottye Moore is embodying the spirit of JXT. The Dylan came into this match preparing to fight Mark Plays or Scottye Moore. I don't think he was preparing to fight the entire JXT roster combined into one man, but it looks like the Dylan's willing to come back with everything he's got.
And that is essentially what is going on right now. If Scottye's not able to win with the essence of every JXT wrestler, then there's no way we could win at all.
That is right. And he sends Dylan to the outside before climbing up to that top rope. Oh! Went for the big splash Jeb-A-Dook likes to employ, but unfortunately, much like Jeb-A-Dook, he got the knees to the chest. Oh, wait a minute. Dylan on the outside. He's got him in the vice. He's got Scottye Moore in the vice, and he is trying his best to just wrench on that shoulder. And you know that Scottye Moore cannot feel good. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, if Scottye taps out, at the end of the day, it does not matter. It's not inside the ring, but it might get in the head of the competition right now.
Yes, it very well could. If Scottye wasn't able to work out of the vice as quickly as he did, then it could have left him with a lasting injury for the rest of this match, whether it was on, outside the ring or not.
That's right. Big DDT goes for the pinfall off of it. 1. Ooh, kicking out at 1 is the Dylan. And now Scottye going to the top rope once again. I think he might have been trying for the elbow on the inside, but instead hits the elbow to the outside. But look at this. Neither one of these men are even capable of moving. Blake, I don't know if they can get back in the ring.
I don't know. Scottye is stirring at the very least. It looks like he's able to jump in, but no, look, he's got Dylan up.
That is right. Once again, much like Robert Hill during his match against Momoa Curry, Scottye could have won this by countout. But at the end of the day, he knows he has a class of students in the JXT locker room watching him. And he knows that it would let them all down to be able to say that he won by a countout. He wants to win by pinfall. Meanwhile, looks like Dylan's trying to win for the countout too, but instead manages to break it at the last minute. I know earlier Tibbs told me that he had a plan with the Dylan. I think that plan may have involved a countout, and the Dylan just said, no, I'm winning it my way.
There is too much respect going on in this match either way for it to end with a countout, I think, Sills. I think
wait a minute. Vice! He's in the vice! Scottye Moore's locked up! He's locked up in the vice, and he has got nowhere to go! but manages to grab that rope at the very last second. And
That could have very well been it. If Scottye wasn't so close to the ropes, you could tell that Dylan tried to cinch it in as quickly as possible, but it just bad location timing on his part, which may have saved Scottye.
That's right, but he's got a new location because he's getting to the chopper. Goes for the pinfall off of it. Shibata, 1, 2. Oh, Dylan barely kicking out right before the 3 count. And let me tell you something. I think if Shibata, if he didn't take that long to get into position, that might have been all over but the hurting right there for the Dylan.
That could very well have been it, but we really cannot tell at this point.
Look at this, Shibata being forced to check on the Dylan. He's got that bloodied face. There may be a concussion. There may be a re-aggravated shoulder injury. Who knows?
But Scottye's not letting it go right now. There is a fight that needs to be won.
Oh, and it looks like Dylan's going to try to win it right now. Vice, he's locked in. He's locked in. And look at Scottye Moore far away from those ropes. And Dylan is just wrenching back on it. And Blake, I am sorry, but I don't know if there's any way that Scottye can get out. But it looks like those knees at the very last second put a stop to it.
Indeed it does.
That's right, and now takes down Dylan with the big boot before. Little husband-wife maneuver. Scottye Moore using the rapid-fire curb stomps that are employed by his wife, Emily Ireland, the final JXT Women's Champion, just stomping the Dylan into the mat. But it looks like the hero of the JWF is not done yet. But looks like the Dylan's gonna try to finish him one more time. But no, Scottye stops him. Scottye stops him at the pass. Big knee strike. Big knee strike. And now
what's he going for?
He's dropped down.
Yes.
He's got him. Duke-a whirl.
Give him the Duke-a whirl.
Duke-a whirl. Goes for the pin.
Come on.
2, 3.
Yes.
The winner of the match, earning the final point for Team JXT. He is your hero, Scottye Moore.
Well, you know the history books are gonna say that it was Scottye Moore defeating the Dylan, but tonight it was the united front of all of JXT. None of these maneuvers Scottye Moore were pulling out did he know before JXT existed. It's through his students, it's through the Jeb-A-Dook, through Chuck Gibbons, hell, even through Mark Plays that he was able to do this and end an over 600-day undefeated streak from the Dylan. And not only that, it means that the JWF just brought one new show to the family, and we're gonna find out what that is next week. But until next time, he's been Blake Tanner, Captain Tibbs has been throwing a fit, and I've been Silver Spoon. And this has been Crossing the Line, and we will see you next time.